Right. So we are session 35 and woof, did quite a lot of things happen last session. So we kicked off with heading to the art gallery, the Pints, to the exhibition you had been invited to. In the queue, you were like, Ada doesn't look very well, but she was like, yeah, it's because I've got like a evil cursed sword, no big deal. And everyone was like, wouldn't worry about it. And then you entered the Pints, managing to sneak in a couple of daggers as hairpins, and then attended the exhibition where you met and spoke with Valeria, Toki's friend from uni. And she showed you around, gave you a little tour of everything, including a couple of interesting pieces of art. One of them was everyone knows and loves the Class and Family Portrait, which I realised I didn't share yesterday. Last session. Boop, 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 boop. There you go. So... Hold on, what am I doing? The Class and Family Portrait, which everyone knows and loves, as the portrait, or one of two, that Rath and Harvey stole way back in their session 0 from a certain Mr. Borja Gallego. You were able to kind of figure out that the painting on the wall here in the Pints is indeed a fake, just judging by a little mistake in the one that is here that you don't think the original artist would have left in there, pooling some knowledge about him. But another piece of art that you saw was a statue of Svatna Laraz, and Harvey told a lovely story about Laraz, and then Toki was like, and told a different story that seemed to conflict. And depending on what story you were told growing up, why you were told that story, we don't know. But depending on what story you were told growing up, Laraz is either cast as the villain or the hero. And the king that she humbled, and the reason for her martyrdom, is also, conversely, either the poor, innocent, wronged king or an evil tyrant. But we will leave that up to you and history to decide what one's true. But shortly after looking at the Class and Family Portrait, suddenly all the lights went out, and Wraith managed to catch a few glimpses of a couple of flashes, just as some people appeared in the room, told everyone to move and everyone to get down on the ground now, please. And they began to steal the Class and Family Portrait. There were a couple of conversations that happened. Wrath and April, just absolutely insane, not being able to get over it. Remember, you've got inspiration for just flirting and everything that you did, absolutely incredible. Just insane. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a little soundboard golf clap. It's all I can do. You deserve it.
Yay! Thank you.
Yeah, you distracted Torch while your sister, who was invisible and still is invisible, snuck over to the Class and Family Portrait and overheard a conversation between two of the thieves, who mentioned that this was a direct link to a warlock whose patron was Svatna Yorick. Toki and Valeria had a fun little conversation where Toki ended up admitting that he was a little bit in over his head, and actually was an adventurer, and was traveling with these people taking up odd jobs. And when she was like, "Why you have asthma?" Toki responded by saying, "Galen told me to." And we left off with the lights coming back on. People have disappeared. They've disappeared with the painting. Harvey had decided not to call out, saying it was a fake, letting him go. Going to pull a St. Trinian's. We found it in a bathroom on the services in the M25. You look around. Valeria is looking in shock and horror and concern at Toki. Wraith is invisible, standing where the Class and Family Portrait used to be. Wrath, you are on your knees where the love of your life, Torch, previously had been and has now left you. And Harvey, holding Alliance's hand in one and Ada's in the other, you looked over and you see that Ada now has bright, glowing, almost white-hot eyes, golden white-hot eyes. Her tattoos on the side of her face begin to light up as what was ink now kind of fills in with light, just burning light, and a full crown of this same white light appears on her head. So over to you.
Can I let go of Alanis and try and take Ada's other hand and see? Is she like blank, or does she still seem aware of the room?
Yes.
Me.
So you take both of her hands, and you see she tries to like blink to clear her eyes, but can't, and she like holds your hands and like squeezes, and she's like, what's going on? And she's whispering. She doesn't know they've gone. She's like, are they what's happening?
Yeah, they're gone. It's fine. The lights are back on. We're all okay.
I can't see anything.
Why can't you see anything?
I don't
You're all
know.
you're glowing.
What?
Everything's glowing. Your eyes and your tattoos, and you have like a crown situation. Has this not happened before?
Have you got a jacket or something?
Oh, I don't think I do. What do I have? I have the shirt that I have over my like net thing. So I'm gonna. That's all I've got.
Oh,
I'll take that off and give that to her. It's better than nothing.
She will try and like cover her head with it, almost like using it as a cloak. And she'll sort of try to back away. You're in a little alcove, and she's going to try and back away into the corner. She can't see. She's sort of doing this blind, and she's like not letting go of your hands. And she's sort of, you can feel like she's beginning to shake. You sense not from any sort of magical power, but just from panic. And you see she with one hand lets go, but the other is still like clutching, and she rifled around in her she's wearing these like dark leather trousers, and she pulls out of them what looks like a little just a little kind of like marble sized smooth round jewel gem, and she takes it in her hand and crushes it, and as she does, she says, Benny, it's happening again. I can't stop it. I don't know what to do. Help me. And then she will just mutter under her breath, just, I can't stop it. I can't stop it. I can't stop it. And this dust of a crushed gem falls from her hands and kind of turns to sand as it touches the floor. And then she like scrunches her eyes closed, and is trying to take deep breaths and can't. And she's like, Harvey, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. And I'll if she's like tried to fashion a like scarf with my shirt around her head, I'm just gonna like, and I won't let go of the hand that she's got, but with my free hand, I'm just gonna try and make sure it's secure and covers her as much as she wants it to.
Yeah, she's just, and as you try and like touch her head, you have to try and steer clear of the crown because it is hot. Like, it doesn't radiate any heat, but you accidentally brush it and it's like your hand almost blisters, like, but you pull it away in time, and sort of like go, oh fuck. You're like, oh, run that under some water later. As this like burning heat pulses through your hand. After a little while, she kind of takes an indrawn breath, and she closes her eyes, and still like holding your hand, she sort of seems to sort of almost unfocused, like she's listening to something else now, and you see her sort of like nodding almost in like agreement with something that you can't hear, and she kind of starts like muttering under her breath, and she's like, I mean, nothing, just light, and then she's like, Harvey's hand, the sand, and the ground, and then my leather on my pants, and then she's like, and some people are screaming, and Harvey's voice, and people walking around, and she's like, I don't know, wine, and then perfume, and nothing, canapes, and she's like breathing, really trying to sort of calm herself down. And as she sort of reaches the end of this list and then breathes a few times, you kind of see through the like shirt that you've tied around her head. It almost sort of like deflates as the crown sort of disappears. And her tattoos are still glowing, but not that much. And her eyes seem to clear. And her eyes are kind of this golden sort of yellow anyway, but they dim a little bit to that, and it's no longer just pure avatar state of light. Still shining, but resemble human eyes more now. And she blinks and looks around, and she's like, "Did anyone see?"
He'll look around. Do I think anyone saw it? We're hidden, but
Roll an insight check or perception, up to you.
I will do perception. Clear space. That is a 17.
Yeah, you're pretty hidden, and everyone's quite distracted. As soon as the lights came back on, there was sort of a pause, and then some people kind of stood up and were like looking around, and then started talking to other people. And you kind of were huddled in this corner. No one really seems to have seen her. So yeah, she seems to have not been noticed really.
Oh. No, yeah, you're good. It's just me and Alanis.
Okay. She's like, sorry.
No,
I
it's
think I need
okay.
to-
Do you need anything? Do you need me to get you anything?
I think I need to get out and just go back.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Soon, in a bit.
Mhm.
And you see she's now like fiddling in the same way, like fidgeting, like she was in the queue, and she kind of has been all night, like a restless energy almost. And it's like her knuckles are like white from just like where she's just sort of got her fists in, just clenched fists. Flicking over to Wraith, the lights come on. So Ring had walked away before the lights came on. There's no clicking heels to follow. So it is silence once the lights come back on. But if you'd like to sort of do a perception check to see if you can sort of remember where they might have moved to, you're more than welcome to.
I'm gonna try move in their direction if I can
Did
find
I
it.
also do the same? Or is it impossible for me?
I'd say
Where
I'd
did
say
my
you
baby
wouldn't
go?
I'd say you wouldn't really know what to like listen for, because you don't
it's
know
okay.
that the high heels are suspicious in the same way that Wraith has figured out that they are.
Perception. Bigger dice. White or black or gold?
What's difficult? I'm tempted
White.
to say the oh no.
White.
I was going to say black and gold.
Oh, I'm outvoted. Do you see the other ones?
Probably the
Who?
maiden dice rather than the maiden dice. That is
Come on, big money. Let's go.
plus 18.
18.
Good.
Yeah, so just before the lights come on, because they kind of were all like, okay, gather, and I think someone said something like, Ring, get back over there, so it's not whatever. And then you don't move because you can't really see anyone, but you listen to where those footsteps go, and they kind of head. If you remember from the map, you guys were sort of like down in sort of, I guess, the southern part. These sort of headed sort of east northern, sort of over to the right far side of the room, and then up a little bit. That's kind of where you remember them having headed.
I'm going to follow the direction that they headed in and try and keep listening for that distinct sound of their shoes.
No one's like walking around at the moment. Everyone's
That's
sort of
fine.
everyone that you see is sort of like crouched on the ground. A couple of people have stood up, but sort of like official looking people.
I'm gonna head in the direction I heard.
Yeah.
Until I can guesstimate
Yeah.
how far I think is they might have gone, or like they might have stopped-ish since between them
Yes.
leaving and the lights
And
coming
the lights
on.
coming on. Yes. Nice.
And then I'm going to stand wherever that is against a wall somewhere and
Nice.
try and keep listening for those shoes
Yes. Cool.
or that voice.
Yes. Nice one. Cool. So yeah, you kind of figure out that area of the gallery, that kind of top top, like what, right-hand corner.
And I'll stealth.
Hmm?
I'll keep stealthing because I'm also invisible.
Yes, you're invisible. You can roll. Yes, stealth
Yeah.
check at advantage.
Use both dice now. It is stealth.
Come on.
Okay.
Let's go.
So 21.
Nice, excellent. Yes, you feel pretty confident that you are being very quiet right now, and obviously helps that you are invisible. So
Thanks.
you sort of pinpoint because everyone was sort of spread out. No one was really clustered in groups. But now the lights have come back on and everyone else sees this. It looks like the few people that was sort of wandering around the gallery when they weren't talking to you, everyone, they seem to have clustered people, sort of cut them into sort of two main clusters. One that was sort of middle of the gallery, and now this other one that you've gone over to, Wraith. And yeah, there's just a cluster of, I guess, around like 15 to 20 people, sort of all sort of clustered together. They look to be looking around, looking very scared. A lot of people asking like what's going on, people checking if people are hurt, gallery officials seeming to sort of attempting to reassure people. They seem to be sort of on sort of communication style devices, trying to figure things out. In terms of listening out for distinct shoes, I don't think you have much luck with that once people get up and start walking around, because a lot of people are wearing high heels at this event.
Or voice. I'm looking for
Yes.
Spanish. I'm
Yes.
thinking Raoul the doorman.
Oh, okay. So Raoul was a man, and this person was a woman. So Raoul was
Never
completely ruled
mind.
out.
Was this woman
Um,
not like a
again.
posh woman? Like
Yeah.
a posh English woman?
I'm
No.
looking for a
No?
Spanish
Okay, ignore me then.
accent, heel wearing woman.
Yes, so you're listening for like a Caldetan, so someone from Caldeta at this event who's wearing high heels. Unfortunately, that
Yes.
is like more than 50% of the people here.
That's really unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. Which is probably why they did it.
Yeah.
But if you roll me, it's a high DC, but and it's going to be investigation, which I know isn't
Come
your
on.
specialty. It's more perception. But yeah, it's a for this, it's so specific but vague. I'd say like needle in a haystack. It's a 25 DC.
Okay. My investigation's +4, so it
Mhm.
has to be an actual
to be an
20.
actual 20.
Come on.
It's not gonna go. The dice aren't with
It's
me.
gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
You're
When you
manifesting.
It's
believe.
a 1.
Oh,
shit.
no! Oh no! You
Okay.
are just, I think, you just kind of get a bit overwhelmed. People start getting up and walking around, and you hear someone running past you, and you're like, oh my god, high heels, that's them. And then you look round, and it's someone who, like, they start talking, and they've got sort of like real Korean accent, and you're like, that's not them at all. And then people are kind of walking around, getting a bit more panicked now, making sure people are okay. And it's this cacophony of high heels, Caldetan accents, and unfortunately, you can't pin down the person who you thought was ring, other than the area that you've got. You sort of already, like 50% of people were in the center of the gallery, 50% were up in that corner that you're like rings in that group. Your friends are elsewhere. But in that group of like, let's say there's 17 people, you can't identify, other than, you know, cutting out the men, I suppose. So let's say that brings you down to 11. And then you eliminate people who aren't wearing high heels, because this is simple stuff that you could just do, like, regardless of it being a 1. Most people probably are wearing high heels though, but you're like, okay, it probably isn't that type of heel, it's probably more like this type of heel. You maybe are like, I have like 9 people it could potentially be.
Ugh. It's so unfortunate, but thank you.
That's it.
I'm gonna hang by that group
Mm-hmm.
and try. And as people are talking and muttering and having a conversation, like, I'm like, what just happened? The light's back on. What was that? I'm just going to hang there. I'm going to
Yes.
hang there and rule people out
Gotcha.
as I can.
Fair. Yes, I'll say that is what you are doing. Toki, over to you. Valeria is, I think she was holding your hands. And she kind of takes one of your hands and then sort of like almost like holds your forearm, almost going up to your shoulder, and she's like, what the fuck do you mean he told you, Doggy?
He told me. Like in a dream. I can't look at Steph.
I'm sorry. So excited for this.
Look, I understand. The course, it's a lot of pressure. I understand. You know, it's fine if you need to take a break, or if you've been having some dreams or something.
No, it was like an actual dream. Like, saints talk to people. You know, we study this, Valeria. We know this.
I know, but it's a bit unusual for Toki. I love you so much. You're amazing.
Do you?
What did he? Okay, fine. What did he tell you to do?
To go west, to come to Caldetta to search for the truth.
True, but you are now adventuring.
Yeah, yeah. He told me to get a sword, to continue his legacy. It's fine. I'm good. Like, honestly, ask my friends. I'm good.
Valeria looks around to where Harvey is wrapping a shirt around Ada's head at this point in
Yeah.
time.
With the gun.
And then peers round at Raph walking back over on his knees. And
How we been?
and it's like, look, Toki,
I'm fine. I'm good. This is good.
roll a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Deception. Toki's not
Persuasion.
fine. He's glowing
Oh,
eyes.
true, that's true. I think Toki thinks he's fine.
Toki
though.
thinks he's fine.
Uh,
He's fine.
That is a 13. Oh no, it's not. It was disadvantage. It's an 11.
She's like, Toki, have you told anybody about this? Do people know where you are?
No, I mean, please don't tell Delina. She should hear it from me.
Toki, someone needs to know where you are.
They know where I am. I got
You just
post
said no.
today.
What? Toki, what if something happens to you?
Nothing's gonna happen to me. I'm fine. I'm gonna. My family know I'm in Caldetta. I'm gonna tell them that I'm heading to Alano, and I'm gonna tell Delina. Just please don't tell her. It needs to come from me.
Fine. Why are you going to Alano?
To speak to the Circle of Stars druids. I actually wanted to ask you if you know anything about them.
You think they know about Galen? Famously, Galen died in Rushin.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. That was my whole thesis. Was that
But it was just one song. One
yeah,
story,
but no,
one
and I
fairy tale.
found a book as well.
What book?
Did you think
wait,
you think it's delusional too? You think my thesis is
No, hey, no, I didn't. No. Hey, I didn't say that. And she'll sort of like hold you. She's like, hey, look. I would never say that about you. Look, it's just.
Would you think it?
Look, Toki, I. It's very stressful, and I know how dedicated you are to Galen and to the truth, and I know you really, really wanted this, and you know, it sucks that you did not get it, but you know, I would fully support you if you dropped out of university and ran away and became a rogue academic, but that's fine. Fine, Galen sent you a dream to find the truth, but you're gonna get yourself killed.
I'm not gonna get myself killed, and I don't even care about the funding anymore. It's not about that. It's
Toki,
this
isn't
is
a
my
game.
purpose now. It's not a game. I know it's my life.
Jeez, well, he doesn't exist.
Galen.
Enid. This cannot be real.
No, you don't need to worry. I'm good. I'm okay.
Well, I am worried, Toki, because look, if I told you that I had run away, that Mikkel had sent me a dream and I had become a sorcerer or something, and I was burning down villages because Mikkel told me this was the right thing to do.
Well,
Come on.
until you got to the burning down villages part, I would be happy for you.
But
If you were doing
Mikkel
something
told
for
me
the
this
greater
was
good.
the right. Oh, come on, Toki. You have to see how insane this all sounds.
Yeah, I guess it sounds a little bit out there, but you know, it's what was I meant to do? Just ignore him?
Why would he? Why would he ask you?
Because I'm the chosen one.
I know
I
you are
mean-
dedicated and you care. But if he wanted someone, if he wanted a knight, why? Why you?
When I find out, I'll let you know.
Do you think you're going to find him or something? Come on. Either way, he is dead. There's no point you being dead as well.
I'm not gonna die. Only one of us has died, and he's back now. It's fine.
Toki, what the fuck?
No, that's just a manner of. That's just a turn of phrase.
Not a turn of phrase. No one has ever said this as a turn of phrase. Oh my god. This. Saints, Toki, God, we're so far away from the lecture room. Look, okay, a lot has happened this evening, and I think I probably need to go and talk to someone or something. They fucking just stole a painting. I haven't even. Look.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll work itself out.
Yeah. It better. Look, where are you staying? Maybe when this has calmed down, I can come and talk to you or something. I want to talk to you properly about this, not just reacting.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to ruin your.
Hey, no, you didn't. You didn't ruin anything.
Where are we staying? The Crocodile and Raven?
It's the same.
The same place she's staying in, I believe.
I'm at the Crocodile and Raven
Okay.
in
Oh, okay. Me
Wherever-
too. Me
whatever
too.
part.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. I'm in
Like-
insert room number here. Look, I need to clear some things up. Your friend over there looks like she's going to be sick or something. Look, you've not ruined anything. It's just a lot, and
Yeah,
I'm
and
worried.
look, I know it's a shock, and I'm sorry to spring it on you. I really didn't intend to tell you like that. Yeah, go sort stuff out, and I'm sure once you've had time for it to sink in, it won't seem so big and crazy. It'll all be great.
Okay. Okay. I believe you. Sure. Okay. And she'll like stand up and she'll sort of like pat you on the shoulder and she'll be like, "You're all right. You're not gonna, I don't know, run off or anything."
No, I want to see you. I'm fine. I know the amount of times I've said I'm fine in the past 2 minutes
it's a little
makes
bit-
it seem like I'm
yeah.
not, but I promise I am.
Okay. And I don't think that your research is delusional.
No, well, good, because it's not.
Okay. I'll talk to you later. And she'll sort of walk away over to a group of sort of people with lanyards on, who look very official. It looks like a kind of security team has arrived. Yeah, walks past Wrath on his knees. What are you up to, Wrath?
I've just been watching this, like lying on the floor with a glass of wine, sipping, watching them go at it. I'm like, seems like a you problem right now. I'm chilling.
Amazing. Amazing. Oh, incredible. Yeah. What are people doing? It looks like Ada's calmed down. People are sort of milling around. You hear like shouts from outside, sort of like official shouts. It sounds like, and then you hear running up the stairs, and kind of investigators appear to kind of pour in. People in sort of, chainmail armor, very much giving town guard, rush in. And basically begin to question everybody. So we
Thank
don't
God
need to
you
roleplay all that.
guys
Yeah.
aren't carrying the painting at the moment.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
man. Brilliant. We won't roleplay. You asking answering questions. They're just going to ask for the story of the night. But before you become uninvisible, is there anything else you are doing, Wraith?
Wraith's gonna stay invisible. She's listening and doing her best to rule people out. She's
Okay.
trying to rule it down to as few as
She's working
people
this
as people get interviewed. She's
Yep.
crossing out that list of 9.
Love it, love it, love it. One thing they do start doing is they have like an attendance list. You were checked in as you came, and so they are going to start trying to match people. You get wind of this, so if you did want to sort of reappear, you could do it in a way that isn't like you could suspect. You get the sense that maybe in 5 to 10 minutes, people are going to be like, "Wait, where's she gone? That's weird."
Excellent. Okay. Which case, Wraith will go to the powder room and come back out uninvisible.
Nice, cool, yeah. You re-emerge, and yes, we won't replay the whole, like I say, interview thing unless there is anything specific people want to tell the investigators.
I was just gonna say, I think Harvey, like, if it becomes clear that like we're about to get surrounded by investigators in question, Harvey's gonna try and get Ada out before that happens because she needs, at the very least, fresh air.
Nice. Okay.
So if he can steer her out and start yelling about how she's gonna be sick to try and get a clear path.
Yes, brilliant, excellent. Roll me a performance check, because people are kind of like, "Oh, sir, sorry, we need to just question."
I'm like, can't you see I've got an emergency?
Wraith will, hearing Harvey, follow Harvey.
I've got 17.
Nice. Let me see. Yes, that's fine. Ada also doesn't look well, so it almost gave you advantage on that, to be honest. Wraith, if you're sticking, you can kind of like support Ada and kind of mask yourself as part of this group of 3 that like need to get out quick because she's got a vomit. As you leave, they're kind of like, "Oh, what are your names?" And they very quickly take your names. But then they're like, "Oh no, get her out," I suppose. Especially because some of your group seems to be sort of staying behind a little bit. And then I think when it becomes clear that you were invited here by Valeria, they do talk to you a little bit more, kind of just trying to understand why. But then I think learning that Toki went to university with her, is on the same course. Toki knows Roya, the professor that helped set this up a little bit. It seems to be that there was like no real suspicion on you. And so the rest of you are able to leave as well, unless there's anything anyone wants to do before you start your little walk home.
Nothing from me.
Cool. So you leave the Pints. Unable to kind of, you have that list of nine people in your head, Wraith, but were unable to sort of figure it out any more specifically. Yeah, and Ada is sort of like trembling, as I suppose you and Harvey are kind of supporting her, and you all kind of start the walk home. Can everyone give me a perception check, please?
Oh. 14. Sorry, I'll put it in here.
Excellent. Cool. I think Wraith is probably the only one to notice. Always on lookout. You're the first one to notice. You only make it a few streets, and you're walking through like essentially like a jungle, but you know, a kind of dirt path cleared and then covered in gravel. Sort of walking down this hill, and there's offshoots of streets as you're walking down the main road out of the Nortenna district. And you're the first one that smells smoke in the air, and it seems to be coming from one of the streets, just sort of offshooting this main one. And you're kind of, see, ears prick up, your nose pricks up at the smell, and you like look around, and then kind of aware that something's wrong, you then hear shouts for help, people to come. You hear shouts of like fire.
I'll hold up my hand to the party and be like, fire.
Yeah, I think Harvey's going to take off in that direction, whether anyone's following or not. And maybe Alanis, Izzy's not here, so he's going to shout back to Alanis to be like, look after Ada.
Nice. Cool. Alanis will sort of follow with Ada, but not like intent on joining anything.
Look, he's sprinting after Harvey.
Nice.
Say, let's go.
You round the corner, and this appears to be a sort of resembles sort of a financial district. Maybe there's a kind of, or a sort of more official, like Nortenna is all sort of like museums and art galleries and stuff, but there's like posh lawyers that you're passing here, and you come to a stop in front of a single-story building that is completely ablaze. There are windows appear to have been blown out from inside. A small crowd is gathering, kind of shouting. People appear to be like, this city is in a forest. They are well prepared for fires, and people seem to be sort of, before even waiting for anyone official to show up, sort of starting to try and assemble a water line to put this out. There even appears to be like a few people with sort of very minor, like cantrip level, like control water sort of things, that are helping to try and like extinguish this a little bit. But there's a woman, a young woman at the kind of maybe like 15 feet away from the entrance of this building. She and she is shouting kind of into the building. She has sort of like short like kind of almost like, I don't know, just past her ears, like choppy dark brown hair, and she's wearing this like leather sort of jacket, and sort of like a red scarf around her neck, and she is like shouting into the building. She's like, get her out, someone please, someone get her out. My sister, she's still in there.
Where is she in the building?
I don't know. We both ran out, and she was behind me, and now I don't know what she's doing. Maybe she's stuck, she can't get out.
Wraith will throw herself in through the door.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll go into
Harvey was going straight in.
Okay, amazing. So the twins, remind me, are a little bit resistant to fire.
Yeah,
right?
both those.
Why Rat is gonna throw Harvey
Yeah.
out the building in a second.
I was just thinking this. I was like, we'll take half damage.
Yeah. Can you see the little map? The fire.
Yes.
I made it. I had fun.
Nice map.
Oh, Lauren.
Thank you. I
That's
had fun. I
good.
put all the little. I put all the little broken bits because it's all burning down in it.
That's so sick.
Yeah. Thank you. Let me grab. Let me just grab people's tokens so you can at least sort of walk yourselves. Oops. What's happening? Walk yourselves around. I will say it's probably about 10:45 at night now. Sort of is the time. Right, there's your lot. So if people want to like move, oh, remove Alanis.
Oh, I'm full health now.
But yeah, wherever
Nice.
people are, whatever they're doing, yeah, just let me know where you are, and we'll kick this off.
Is it through here that we're entering?
No,
here's the
it's where
front door.
Rotherham
Sorry,
yeah.
I was not scrolled down quite enough.
Toki, what are you up to?
I am gonna hover at the entrance. Have I got time to grab Harvey and cast a spell on him if you would like?
If
Or is it like too quick?
no, if Harvey kind of lets you and is happy for that to happen.
Yeah, I will consent to a spell.
Yeah, Toki, I think just sort of grabs your shoulder and is like, "This, you go in. This should help, and we'll cast Warding Bond on you." So you gain +1 to AC and resistance to all damage, and then I take it for you, or I take the same amount.
God. I was like, this is great. And I was like, oh, fuck. So +1 AC and resistance to all damage. Thank you.
I might just leave and come back to the call just because my Discord is being a bit funny, but I'll be back in 2 secs.
That's fine.
It won't let me leave. So, okay. My laptop's upset.
I mean, me and you, Steph, can go the fastest because we
dash.
can bonus action
And
dash.
I'm resistant to fire.
Hmm.
I think we just need to split up. This isn't a very big place, so
I can go the furthest and get the least amount of damage, theoretically.
if you go to the back of the house, I'll start off with
Yeah.
the side rooms.
Yeah.
She's not going to be in the side rooms. Lauren wouldn't make it that easy. She's at the back of the fucking house.
This one. Cool. I'm at home, so in Kent. So I'm working on one laptop. So I think my laptop's just like, let me die. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Okay. So as you barge through the door is almost like on its hinges, like slightly open. As you barge through, resistant to heat or not, a barrage of just hot, dry air as flames lick on the walls. You walk in and you see you're in sort of an entry foyer. There was once a kind of like posh sort of like gold and blue rug, which is just slowly starting to be encroached on by flames. 2 large flames take up the walls to either side of this like first room you're in. This one, a sort of an archway situation. The flames are like licking up the walls around the archway, and you can see it looks to be almost a sort of like waiting area. And you saw kind of when you went in, this doesn't appear to be a home. It appears to be a business of some sort. If anyone wanted to, you could have a quick look around just before you go in to kind of try and see what it might have been.
Yeah, okay.
Nice.
See?
Just roll very quickly perception check for me, everyone.
No idea. I
Yeah.
got 9.
Terrible.
This is going away. This dice
Oh.
is failing me tonight. No more white dice.
Every roll I've done, I've rolled an 11 tonight.
Black and gold tonight. White is failing me.
I'd say this isn't too hard, to be honest. I don't think anyone particularly fails this. Like, as long as you sort of take the time to look around and didn't get like 5, you're probably fine. So you see just on the outside, it says Villa Toro and Co. And then it says, hold on, I have to type it out. And it says like accountants and bookkeepers. And so you rush in and you see this first room seems to be sort of like reception, entryway, waiting room sort of thing. Flames lick up. And could everyone who is rushing in please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Harvey, you got a +1.
Thanks.
Oh, Steph.
It's my second nat one of the night.
Oh
Oh no.
Damn.
Right, these dice are all going away. We're just changing sets. We're changing it up.
Every roll is a new dice.
New dice. So
Right, so that one's net one. So Wrath and Harvey, you both save. Wraith, you start like coughing instantly as like smoke fills your lungs. The two boys, you both take 5 halved to 3 points of fire damage, and then I suppose halved again to 2, because you both got resistance at the moment. Wraith, you take the full 5, so I suppose half to 3. But then you also take a further 3 points of poison damage as smoke just fills your lungs, and you start coughing, and you almost like bend over, and you're kind of gripped with this. Like you ran in here like as soon as you heard that someone was hurt or possibly trapped in here. You just ran in. You were like, we have to help this person, and you're suddenly gripped with a sort of like, I think a primal, like the need to survive kicks in, and you have to like work through, just not mechanically but just role playing, you have to sort of work through Wraith now battling that will to survive against running through a burning building, as you kind of cough and hack up a lung basically.
got this in the back of my head being like, don't do anything stupid and runs into a burning building.
Yes, exactly. But yes, you run in. What you doing?
Wraith is going to cough and splutter, and she's going to run to about here. Hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Mhm.
And she'll call out, is anyone here? Call out.
Nice.
If you want to live, shout.
Nice. As you kind of round that corner, basically anytime your token has to like pass through fire, that's going to be a dex check to see if you can sort of like pass through successfully.
Yep.
So if you could do that for me, please.
Dex. 9.
Oh.
Yeah, you unfortunately you try to sort of rerun the flames, and just as you sort of open your mouth to sort of call out, the sort of ceiling above you, tongues of flame have been looking at it, and it kind of falls in, like some beams falling in, and you manage to dodge, but one of them like sort of grey or falls almost on your shoulder. Like you do avoid being sort of like pinned down or anything, but you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage and then 4 points of fire damage.
Halved?
It will be if you're resistant, yeah.
Yeah, so 6.
Yeah.
6
I'll let
overall.
you do the halving.
Yeah.
So that's probably the easiest.
Excellent. Do I hear any response to my shout out?
Yeah, roll me a performance check for me, please.
9.
You sorry, I'm just trying to...
It's fine if I don't.
No, sorry, I'm distracted because I'm trying to find like fire songs, and I obviously can't. It's obviously very difficult. So there's a little faint crackling going on in the background. You call out, and as you do, your voice just gets absolutely swallowed by like the roaring of the fire.
I'm busy coughing.
And
It doesn't
yeah,
come out very
exactly,
well.
and just like a wood just creaking around you. Yeah, unfortunately, you don't hear a reply.
Okay, then I'm
Okay.
just gonna keep moving.
Cool. What are
To
the other
here.
two doing?
If I've seen Wraith go that way, I'm gonna gun for this door.
Go for your life.
Can I get it open?
Please roll a. You go to test it, and it doesn't appear to be locked, but it seems to be stuck on something. So you're gonna have to do like a strength check to try and force it open.
Okay, shoulder barge that bad boy. I need a dice. It's not gonna let me down.
Welcome to Calming White.
That's a 3.
You like heave and heave against the door, but you just can't seem to push it open. It kind of does budge, but and you kind of get a glimpse, and you see that like again, like a wall seems to have partially collapsed, and is just stopping you from getting this door open.
Am I able to shout through and ask, like, yell the same as Wraith? Like, is anyone in there? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, go for it. Again, do me a performance check to see if you can shout over the noise.
Let's try and use active dice. Performance. That's 18.
Brill, you shout through. And what are you shouting, basically?
He's just gonna shout through. Is anybody in there? Can you hear me?
Nice.
Can you call out?
You hear back a kind of a thin voice that's like choking. You kind of hear, I can't. The door's stuck. I can't get it open.
I'll call back for Wrath.
Nice.
And say, Wrath, can you come and help me? We need to get the door.
Let's go.
So what you do? Yeah.
So sorry, the door is just like you've tried with the strength protection. Get through.
Yeah, but I got a 3 strength.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you don't get a 3, I think we'll
will
be fine.
try.
Are we able to do it together? Are we able to?
Yeah, I'll let you push together and you can kind of go advantage.
I don't think your strength.
Sorry, who's rolling?
Either of us at advantage, I guess.
Have the same strength. if I
I think we have the
think
same
both have
strength.
the same strength.
My dice have betrayed me, so feel free to take
Go,
this
April.
one.
Okay. Good. First roll was 19.
Nice.
19 plus 1. Dirty 20.
Excellent. You push this, and both of you heaving. You kind of feel as well someone tugging on the other side of the door, and you manage to open it. And as you do, you see kind of she looks to be maybe, I mean, it's hard to tell because her entire face is covered in soot and just ash, but she looks to be, I don't know, maybe late 20s. She's got kind of long red hair, and wearing this now very dirty and ashy but like fleece-lined jacket, and she is like a sort of fleece-lined like bomber jacket sort of thing, and she tugs it, and as it opens, she's like she's kind of like, oh god, well, saints, thank you. The door closed, I couldn't get out. Who are you? Wait, no, let's just leave.
Not the time for the
Not time.
conversation. Let's go.
Let's go. Wraith, got her. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll like scream at Rafe to come back.
Give me a minute! Just gonna kick open this back door.
Nice.
He's
Yeah.
with us! What are you doing?
Love it, love
Wraith's
it, love
like,
it.
I gotta check this stuff.
You're
I
busy
got it.
barging a door open at this point. You're barging
fair
a door.
play. I'll say you go to get this door, but this one does open all right. There doesn't seem to be anything blocking the way, and it's not locked or anything, so you get in. And you see, yeah, I didn't describe the other one, it was mostly trashed, but this is an office. There's a desk in the centre of the room, books that were on the shelves now completely engulfed in flames, rubble kind of fallen everywhere, and a few like loose documents that have yet to be completely like consumed by the flames on the desk.
I grab the documents.
Okay.
Are there any drawers not on fire on the desk?
Yeah, the desk doesn't seem yet to have caught fire, so there are drawers.
I'm
If you have
yanking
them, they're
open
locked.
the drawers. I will unlock them.
Roll me, yeah, lock and check. So, Dex plus
So you fake.
plus proficiency.
You gotta sort your priorities out, girl.
Yeah. It's not sleight of hand.
That's kind of what that would end up being, right? I think.
Okay.
It's like adding your proficiency with thieves' tools.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's just my dex plus my proficiency.
Yes.
My proficiency is what right now?
I think it's 2.
2?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, do.
Yeah, thank you. It's better. It's a 19.
Nice. Cool. You get the sense this was less. The locks are easy, but it's just how long it takes you, and you manage to do this really quickly. The flames are kind of licking. Doesn't seem to have engulfed this office quite as much as the outside hallways. And you kind of stand with your back to the window, which has sort of been blown out a little bit. Like there's glass on the floor, but you sort of manage to open the drawers, and they reveal just sort of like office clutter. There's a deep drawer at the bottom that has various files in it filled with paper. There's like notebooks, pens, that sort of thing, like keys to other things that probably open like various cabinets and things around the room. There's probably a key to like the building in here, sort of thing. Just office clutter. Nothing that jumps out at you, basically.
Oh. Grab what documents I can.
Yeah, sure. You grab a handful of documents. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm running out. And I'm running in the back door.
Go for it. So this one does need a strength check. It looks like there's kind of like rubble around this one where a wall is sort of caved in again.
fine.
So yes, please roll me a strength check to run open this
Okay,
door.
okay. Come on, penny dice.
After you've done that, actually, could you run me another Constitution save?
Yes, I can. It is a 15 for the strength check.
Nice. You managed to open the door.
Excellent. The Constitution is a 21.
Nice. Okay, brilliant. So this time you take 5 points, but half so because you succeeded, so 2, 3, and then you get to half again. Points of fire damage. As you enter this, kind of L-shaped room, looks to be furnished very similarly, like different maybe colour, like but everything is on fire in here. This looks to be like more crumbling and falling down, but there's 2 extreme like flames licking.
Okay. Is this desk on fire?
It is starting to be engulfed in flames. Yeah.
I throw the drawers open that are on fire.
They are locked.
I'll try again.
Yeah, roll me, yeah, your lockpicking check. As you do, could you do another con save as you're like taking time to be next to this fire?
Yep, that's fine. Okay, so lock is a non-natural 20.
Yep.
Con save is a 9.
Nice. Okay, so you fail. So you take 6 points of fire damage and then another 6 points of poison damage.
So that's minus 9.
Oh my god, Steph.
Yep.
What do I find in the drawer?
Just office clutter again. Like you find some files, sort of like manila files, sort of things. Notepads with things written on them. Crumpled up pieces of paper. This person maybe looks a little bit more cluttered than the other person. Maybe this is sort of like a more junior office.
Grab what I can and then I'm
Yep.
out the window.
Nice. Okay. Cool. This window. Could you just move yourself a little bit? Oh, there it is. There's glass on the floor. So yeah, this window has sort of been blown open. I'm gonna need another Constitution check as you're trying to run out.
What?
It's a 5.
You fail.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh,
So you
Steph.
take 5 points of fire damage and 2 points of poison damage.
Fuck
This
me.
is before you can leap out the window. So before you can leap out, you kind of expect the window to be more broken than it is, and you start trying to like you're freaking out and panicking now. Like you have to reason with yourself as Steph, like why Wraith, having failed with these checks, is running around these rooms. Like what? And genuinely, what is the reason for her having done this? In like when the need to survive is so great. What's her kind of thought process? Why is it so important to her?
She was hunting the need for knowledge. She wanted to see if there was anything out of the ordinary in this place that would be causing. She's trying to link the pyros in the star to the pyro here, and she's like, surely there must be something, there must be some knowledge, there must be some scrap of information that she's used to trying to hunt down.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, in the hunt for some scrap of knowledge that may or may not even exist, just going off a hunch in a newspaper you read, about a week ago, and then coming across a burning building. In the pursuit of that, you bang your shoulder up against the window, trying to open it, to smash it open, to climb out and crawl out enough. And as you do, there's sort of an explosion behind you, or not an explosion, but the fire sort of seems to cave the roof in, and it falls down on you. You manage to sort of like pull yourself out, but as you do, you suck in a massive lungful of air, and it is just smoke. At this point, you're trapped kind of on the ground, trying to pull yourself out, and you're panicking now. Wraith is feeling like severe panic. Like, you've maybe gone down in battle before, you've been in dangerous situations your whole life, but there's something about being in a burning building on your own that just brings panic to you. And the last thing you see as you go down and your eyes close, is just flames roaring all around you. Wrath and Harvey, you were heading to the exit.
I wasn't.
I think we were waiting to see Wraith come round the corner.
Yeah.
And she has not.
Yeah, you clearly don't.
I'm gonna tell Harvey to get this woman and get the fuck out, and I'll go get
Cool.
Wraith.
Could both of you roll a
Um,
Constitution save for me,
sister.
please?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
21.
Nice.
18.
Cool. So you both save. So you both take 3 points and then halved of fire damage.
I mean, it's been several turns whilst Wraith did that stuff. I'd have waited 6 seconds, and
Yeah.
if she didn't come back, gone after her.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know what she's like.
He does know what I'm like.
As soon as Harvey's at out the door with this girl, like, he's gonna turn to Toki and say, "I don't think Wraith's okay. She's at the back of the house."
Have you sort of gone down to the entrance with this girl? Sorry. Then?
Yeah.
I'm heading to Wraith.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to just get to her, or are we doing this turn by turn?
I'm going to need you to make. If you're outside, sorry, Harvey. Are you staying outside, or are you going back in, or?
I think Harvey wants to make sure this girl is okay, and I think he himself is on the brink of freak out. I don't think he can go back in.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
I think. Can I see? Is the girl okay? Does she need healing?
She looks to be quite badly burnt, especially her hands look to be quite badly burnt, where she was, I mean, you don't know, but like wrenching at a burning door, trying to open it. And she looks a bit like, fuck's going on, sort of thing.
I think Toki is. Toki would chuck a cure wounds at her,
Nice.
and then I think head in himself.
Okay, cool. So you kind of like hold her hands slightly between yours, and she looks down and kind of like cocks one eye as like this light envelops her hands and is like a balm, and kind of the blisters like Harvey you had on your hand as well begin to heal over. Her sister comes up and just sort of like, Lynn, what the hell? What's going? What, you were just behind me, and then Toki, you jump in. I will come to you around 2 seconds. You do get a little bit further. But Toki, could you just roll me a Constitution check because you're running in for the first time?
Yep. What is my? Is it a check or a save?
Oh, sorry. Yes, save, please.
It's the same. It's 13.
Okay, cool. That fails, but it was only 1 point of fire damage. But then 6 points of poison damage, as again you're faced with the exact same thing that Wraith had when she ran in. The fear of, I'm inside a burning fucking building, what am I doing?
Yep.
Wrath, finally at you. So you got outside, handed this woman over to Harvey, and then waited 6 seconds and then immediately kind of ran around the corner. Could you do a dex save as you ran past that fire?
This is good. Dex saves 18.
That's fine, you're fine. You leap out the way, you take 6 after 3 points of fire damage though. Sorry, actually it'd be bludgeoning damage. It'd still be 3 bludgeoning damage. Yeah, it's just the walls here are just caving in completely, but you manage to kind of leap through as something sort of hits your shoulder, but you're like not even really paying attention. You're running, There are
I'd
two
go-
doors open in front of
Sorry.
you. Yeah. So there's two doors open in front of you. The fire in both rooms.
Yeah, I'd go. Do I know where she was? Is the
I
fucking...
don't think you do. And you can't see her on the ground where she is.
Is the door open? Are the
They're
doors
hanging
open or shut?
Yeah, they're sort of
Because she's
ajar.
gone in them already. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll look in the first. I won't go into it, but I'll look
But
in
you'll
the first
open-
one.
Yeah, you
Because
look in.
I'm like literally there.
Of course, yeah. So you
Um,
fling that door open, you look around. Roll me quickly, just like a perception check. Like, I know we know she's not in there, but this is sort of Wrath. I guess trying to guess his like mental state. Like he's scanning a burning building looking for his sister.
17.
Nice. You manage to kind of keep your head kind of clear. Like you're not panicking too much. As you scan.
He
this,
likes
like,
fire.
Yeah, he's like, this is fine. Like, you're worried that, like, you don't know where your sister is, but you're like, to be fair, we know she's down, but Wrath is like, fuck is she doing? And knows she can handle herself, to be fair. So it's just sort of like, she's not in there, fine. Saunters off to the other door, pushes that open. Could you roll another con save for me, please?
Oh, I'm rolling good.
Nice.
16 plus 2 is 18.
Oh, yeah, I think that's fine. So you succeed, so you take 2 points of fire damage. And then you.
Say
So
1?
Only only 1 point.
Yeah.
And
Fire resistance is fucking fortunate.
it's good, isn't it? I didn't even really consider it. And you run in, and you are now in this last room. You open the door bangs open, and you see your sister under like several like burning, well, not burning because you'd be taking damage. We're not fucking with that.
Yeah.
Because it was smoke inhalation that got ya. Charred smoking beams of wood, like glass that seems like the window has kind of finally properly blown out and has landed on top of you. And you're all wearing your like absolute finery. Like remember that in
Yeah.
your head. Like you're all wearing your gorgeous.
It's a beautiful
gorgeous-
scene, to be fair.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah,
It's probably like
doing
the
the
light
most.
of the fire illuminating you with
The
the
drapes
jungle
of fabric.
outside.
Glass, like,
Yeah, as-
sparkling in my hair.
Yeah,
and
like
the
billowing
floor.
curtains as they begin to engulf. Gorgeous, stunning. You see your sister lying there.
Like immediately runs and like skids onto his knees
Mm.
and like grabs her face, like shakes her,
Mm.
like seeing nothing, and it's like no, and like heal skin immediately out
Amazing.
of the fucking bag.
Amazing.
And then tries. I mean, I don't think I have to roll.
No, I think
it just
healer's kit-
stabilizes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Excellent. Could you do, please, for me another Constitution save as you're kneeling down now? Having spent a
Bloody
little
hell! If we
longer in the
both die
fire.
in this fucking room.
Hello.
18. I'm rolling high.
You're rolling well.
18 plus. What is it? A con?
Save, yes, please.
30, 20.
Oh, amazing, yeah. These are getting harder, so that one just succeeds.
Fuck you, okay.
As the longer you stay in here. So you stabilize your sister. We'll flash to Toki, who has just run in. So whereabouts are you?
So I want to rabbit hop
Mm,
over this fire
Love it,
if I
love it.
can.
go for it. You do a big hop.
God,
he
you're on
is sort
12.
of skimming the top of the roof here, the ceiling, and you sort of land in a pile of like rubble
Yeah.
and burning pieces of plank.
And
Yeah.
I think I'm running to the door. Hoping
Nice.
I make it.
Nice. The door has been wide open, but I think from where you sort of entered that first corridor, I'm not sure you can see exactly where they went. I think you ended a little bit after Wrath, so you wouldn't have quite seen where Wrath went.
Okay. I guess I'm just looking around for.
Nice.
I guess I would probably yell for Wrath
Nice.
because I know Wrath's
That's a
in
good
here.
idea.
So
Nice.
I would
yes,
just
you yell
yell.
out. Roll me a performance check to see if you can be heard by Wrath.
that's 4.
Wrath, roll me a perception check. DC 16.
I rolled a 17 plus
Oh!
2. 19.
You
plus
hear
3.
very faintly from the corridor, Toki yelling.
Toki, I'm in here! Get your ass in here now!
You hear yell back.
Coming.
Amazing. There's that other piece of fire that you kind of leaped over. What bit was it that you leaped over? The one that I've made? The one that's like here, basically.
Uh,
Was it earlier?
Oh, I thought I had to do it for both. If I only had to do it for that one, then I would have
That's
left
fine.
over that one.
Cool. Could
Okay.
you give me another con save, please?
Jeez,
Sure
consoles
can.
are fucking us up.
Do you know what? I'm getting
Fine, I'm
scraps
building
dice out because Toki's
Yeah.
like
We're going
fucking me
You're
up.
betraying me tonight. Like, I'm
And
going through
Scrap
shit.
never let me down, so and to be fair, that is a 18.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're fine. You do take
Thank you,
6
Scrap.
points of fire damage.
Okay. It's fine.
It's really not though. All of us are not
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're
Um,
not doing well.
No, it's
Oh
not.
my god, we're on 6! Fuck!
Yeah, I need to.
Toki's coming.
I need to get out.
Yeah, and you see the scene of Wrath sort of reviving the system. Well, stabilizing.
The window. We should go out the window.
I'll like hurl a reduced flame at the window.
Like you do.
It's open. It's blasted.
Oh, it's open?
It mostly has blasted it.
Fabulous!
You might just have to,
What,
like,
you
with an
didn't get it
elbow,
open?
try and
Sorry.
get the sharp bits.
Shard.
Yeah.
I thought it never opened, sorry.
Yeah,
my
it
bad.
did. No, it did blow open. You know, so yes, the window is open. Harvey, can you roll a perception check for me, please?
I certainly can. Perception. That's an 8.
Yes, Wrath, Toki, and Wraith. Well, Wraith is not really part of this, I suppose. Are you leaping out the window?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure that, like, I don't know, maybe Toki goes first and we, like, kind of, like, shovel Wraith through the window.
Yeah.
I don't know what, like, the window's
But
at.
then try and-
No, it's
If I
fine.
have to hold her and fly out, I will. Yeah.
Amazing.
Like I can cast Cure Wounds on her, but I'd rather just get her
Let's
out
get out
first.
Let's get out first.
For sure.
To me, to you, Toki, to you,
As you chuckle brothers are out of that. Brilliant. So you managed to get out of the fire. So now all of you are out, but there is still this like massive burning building behind you all. Wraith, Wrath, Toki, you're on the kind of grassy area outside this building, just around the back of it. Harvey, you haven't seen your friends emerge. What are you doing in this moment? As more people are arriving, there seems to be more like official firefighters arriving now. Druids that appear to be really sort of controlling flame and water to sort of try and extinguish this blaze.
Fully verge of a panic attack for Harvey. But I think basically as soon as Toki was out of sight, I think Harvey has started making his way to the back in the hope of finding a window or a door
Nice.
if they're at that end to
Nice.
like go in so he doesn't have to go back through the burning building.
Awesome. Bro.
So he'll probably, if it's a clear path, discover them.
Good.
Over
Yes,
here.
it is. Yeah, it is. You go down sort of in between those two other buildings. And yes, you find Toki, I imagine, partially cure wounding Wraith.
Yes. For 12 points to Wraith.
Thank you.
Brilliant. I'm just gonna go fill my water bottle up quickly. Back in a sec.
Oh, good. I need to go take some pills, so I will also be back in a minute.
Well, that went well.
I view it as a resounding success. I don't know what you mean.
I didn't think it was going to go that badly, I'll be honest.
Neither did I. Neither did I. That the second to last Constitution save got me down quite a lot. And I'm like, oh,
It's getting worse.
I've got 2. We're out. And then Laura's like, you got 1 more. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You guys didn't even bring my paperwork with me.
I
Did you
walked
just
into the room
drop it on the ground.
and you were
Gone up
unconscious
in
on the
flames.
ground. And I'm like, yeah, fuck my own, like, fuck that. I'm gonna get the paperwork that I didn't know she was looking for in this room and leave my sister to roll death saves on the floor.
Yeah.
Noted, next time. We'll be sure to do that.
Acknowledge, brother.
Yeah. We need
People's
twin telepathy.
taxes.
I'm sorry, you should have said that before you got knocked unconscious.
The tax forms.
Oh, whatever will fucking revenue and customs do if they don't get these tax forms?
I will say you don't really have pockets or anything that you would have shoved these spells
No,
into.
I know that. I'm like, I was like, I'm gonna
We've
shove them into my
decided that they're gone.
Yeah.
bag,
You're wearing
No.
a dress.
boobs. I'm more unconscious. Nothing. They're burning around me now.
I'm trying to like resuscitate with this healer's kit, and I'm like, why are there these pieces of paper everywhere? What the
Paper
fuck
everywhere.
is this?
Paper out from the dress.
What the fuck is happening?
Rat's just like, I don't even know how to use this. I can do alchemy. I can build a bomb. How do I put this twin back together?
He's like going through his shit. It's like, I've got more fire, but that doesn't really work right now.
No. Guess I could cauterize it. No.
No.
Excellent.
Wasn't it in the newspaper
Yep.
that there were fires too?
That's why Wraith was hunted.
That's why we're all in this position.
Yeah.
You're so welcome.
There was a second there. I almost cried. But I was like, no, it's fine. I'm fine. I'll get
Aw.
No.
Oh, it stopped recording.
Oh,
Has it? No. No, I think it's fine.
It's always the unknown with the recording.
No, it's fine. Okay, don't worry about it. It usually
Okay,
has like
good.
a little red circle next to it, but it doesn't today. But it is.
Oh,
It's doing something. Okay, that's fine, I suppose. Right, we're back from our water break. What are people doing? Crouched in the grass.
so more dainty.
Yeah, I've healed Wraith. I think I'm just like grabbing her really hard.
Nice. As you kind of pour this healing energy into Wraith, you notice most of her wounds knit back together, enough to kind of revive her for, you know, whatever you've rolled, and she starts to kind of come to consciousness coughing. But you see as she sort of maybe rolls onto her side, sort of like heaving a little bit, you see the dress that you're wearing is torn down the back and around your shoulder, and underneath it you see Toki's magic and just hasn't quite been able to heal a massive burn now that's like down past your neck and around your shoulder and kind of snakes around to sort of front of your arm. This sort of like mottled flesh, raised flesh that's sort of, it's scarred. I suppose it has healed, but it's not left.
It's not healed
no
deeper
mark.
down almost. Yeah.
It's left a scar from where beams of wood just hit you and burned you, charred you.
Oof, that looks bad. Sorry.
We need to go
Fucking
to a hospital.
hells.
Russ like, call 911.
Everyone good? Everyone okay?
What does it look like? Right, says from the floor.
Well, you've just been healed.
Partially. And Rach will use her brother to help stand up.
Yeah. I'll like support your weight if you need it.
I'll take it.
Well, we walk away from the burning building.
Yes, shall we move away
Mhm.
from
Yeah.
the fire?
Back to the street, back to find Ada and Alanis. Make sure those girls are okay.
Ada and Alanis. Roll an insight check, everybody.
Please run off at a time like this.
Actually, I don't think you don't need to, because Alanis is there, and Alanis is going to be like really holding, really sort of supporting Ada, and you see Ada's eyes have once again gone that
Oh no.
insane light, heat, golden white color, and Alanis like sort of waves you over, and she's like, she got worse like the second you went in. I don't know if it's the smell, the heat, the what, but she's shaking. I can barely hold her.
Can I try and like lead her away as much as I can? The little ball that she had at the gallery.
Yes.
Am I able to like? Was it a bag that she got that from? A pocket?
You got it out of a pocket, yeah.
Am I able to see if there's another one in that pocket?
You find as you reach into her pocket, it's like the only thing she's really got on her that she's bothered to bring with her. She doesn't really wear jewelry. She famously hasn't brought her sword, but she has in her pocket. You find a sort of silk pouch. The inside has got a bunch of these little marble-sized jewels in them. And roll a history check for me.
Oh. That got me a bad roll last
I
time.
don't know if we
History,
needed
history,
that
history.
insight check, Lauren, but I did roll it. I don't
I
know
just
what
like
it was
that. It
for.
was to see how Ada was doing, and then I was like, I'll
Excellent.
tell you.
22.
What was that? Sorry.
22.
Amazing. You recognize these as they remind you of what Cecilia's like zombie skeletons had back in Cecilia's tower. They essentially had a bunch of these like magical little balls that when crushed and used, and I think Wraith stole them from the zombies, would be able to cast a spell at a later date. You basically store a spell in here, and then upon destruction the spell is cast.
Does it look the same as the one that she had?
They all look slightly different. Roll an Arcana check.
I was like, I'll send a message to Benny and ask what the fuck to do. But if it's not a message marble, it's a 17.
Arcana, they look visually different, but you think that they all would do the same thing.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna crush one.
Yeah. As you crush it, the knowledge that this is a sending spell kind of comes over you.
Fuck yeah. And I'm gonna say, Benny. Ada is not doing so good. She's glowing again. What can we do for her?
Incredible. Did Benny have any sort of accent? Was he just Benny?
He didn't, but you've established that he is from
He's from
somewhere with a New
Rishi.
Zealand accent, so
Yes.
feel free to retcon it.
Right. So
I want to hear Kiwi Benny.
Oh my god! I hadn't prepped. Hold on.
We've been waiting so long for
Um,
that.
We're waiting to hear my boy's voice. Let's go.
You hear. Can you get her somewhere private and safe? I don't know who you are, but if you're helping her, you have my thanks. He doesn't say that. What's your name? My name is, well, Benny Albin. And then the spell kind of ends. I wasn't really counting, but you sense an incoming one as he casts it to you, and says,
Oh, I can reply.
yeah. And so he says, kind of continuing on that message, I'll make the decision now to trust you. You can't let anyone see her. You have to keep her hidden. Make sure she's okay. This hasn't happened in a while, and it sounds like it's bad. Nice. Thank you. I don't know how many he said in the one before. He had 50 to work with.
Probably got it all then.
Chill.
He had a
Stop
spare
there.
the first time.
Stop there. Thank you. And then you were able to reply. Thank you, Steph.
I'm gonna say, I nearly did a New Zealand accent. It's not what I want to do. My name is Harvey. Ada is with our party for a bit. I can get her back to the inn and do what I can.
What I can. Done.
Okay.
Amazing. Brilliant. Another one's going to come through from him. And he's going to be like, glad she has someone. Would you mind telling me where exactly abouts you are so I can keep watch and see if I need to send any help to her? How am I doing stuff?
So I can send.
Okay. Send. And then there'll be a pause. And then
I got it. I understand.
It's clear.
And then back in wherever he is, he goes, send help to her. Fuck.
Oh my god, where are we? Caldetil. What's the name of our inn?
Crocodile and Raven.
Crocodile Raven. Thank you. I need to write that down. I will go back and I will say we're in Caldetil. we're currently staying in the Crocodile and Raven, but we are leaving soon.
Got 6,
I don't know. How
9
many
more.
9 more.
9 more.
Where are we going after this, guys?
Alano.
We are heading to Alanil next.
3 more.
Lots of
Lucky
love.
why.
Lots of love. Brilliant. You don't hear anything else. Yeah.
Right. That was so exciting.
I love sending. That's great.
Okay. I mean, Benny's the voice of authority in Harvey's mind already, so I guess I'm steering. You guys don't have to come with me, but steering our glowing friend back to the inn, making sure that my shirt is tight around. I mean, I'll ask, like, does anyone have any clothes that they can lend to the cause to stop her from glowing so much?
I'm
Oh,
imagining
she
my
is not
dress is
calming down.
heavily burnt.
Yes, you are. Anyone that went in there, which I think is all of you, like, I say if you took more than 5 points of damage, then your clothes are like looking grim. If you took more than 10, it's like people are staring because, like,
Rice naked.
yeah,
Smoke show. Let's go.
almost. No
Benny
one's
took
naked,
4,
but-
so Harvey looks as good as he did when he went in.
Hey, it's just a bit dishevelled.
Well,
I don't know what I'd do if Harvey's
been
in
covered
this
with.
shirt. I'll take rags to like wrap them around whatever
Yeah.
I can.
You can have the tatters of Tucky's jacket.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
turning her into a mummy in the street, like, don't mind me.
And she's not like unresponsive. You get the sense she's really trying to calm herself down, but just can't. Let me roll for Ada. Ooh.
She's just cocooned now with clothes.
Alright.
Yep.
She can't even see. It's just.
She can't see when she glows anyway, as far as I can
Yeah.
tell, so...
No, you can't. Sorry, my other monitor is my work laptop, so I'm just trying. Okay, she's fine. You notice she kind of starts to shake, and this, like, energy almost starts to pool out of her, this golden light, and as it, like, finds you, it's, like, very warm. You just opened an oven. Sort of warmth, or like you're next to a kiln or a furnace, more medieval setting. But you see she's sort of, despite the glowing, the crown, it almost flares. And if she's holding anyone's hand, she'll grip it tight, and almost like ground herself. And you hear her kind of mutter like, no. And that kind of glowing sort of recedes back into herself. As you all wander through the streets, could everyone roll me a group stealth check, please?
I was gonna, before
Yes.
we started wandering through the streets, I was actually going to lean over to Wrath,
Mm-hmm.
who I'm leaning on, and say very quietly to him, "Do you mind if we fly back? I don't like being this." And she'll like look down at herself in her tatters of her dress.
Mhm. Sure. Are we all heading back then? Like this as well?
Yeah, if you guys don't want to hang around, like, Harvey's just trying to get Ada out of there, but if everyone's ready to go, we'll go.
All right.
I was gonna say actually, I kind of moved you on, but if there was anything you guys wanted to do around the building, and there's a crowd has sort of assembled now. Let me know.
Yeah. Can you fly? Are you able to fly, or do you want me to hold you?
I'll let my brother carry me because I
Alright.
think she's still probably hurting despite being
Yeah.
healed.
Yeah.
I'll just say to the others, we'll see you back at the end.
And
Like,
you-
hold brave, just dart
Yeah,
off into the
take
night
care of
sky
her.
and go.
Fair. Nice. So as you partially fly, stagger back through the streets, it takes a little while, but you eventually make your way back to the Crocodile and Raven. You all make your way upstairs. The twins arrive first. Is there anything in particular you're doing first when you two arrive there, or is it just sort of waiting for you to show?
I'll like have my wings out so it kind of covers Wraith if she doesn't want to be seen.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Just
think the
kind of
twins
hustling.
probably nip up to their room, and Wraith will like wrap herself in the nearest item of clothing, whether that's Rath's shirt or Rath's coat or whatever clothing that he's strewn around the place.
Yeah, there will be
Yeah.
many.
Yeah, definitely. There'll be loads. Yeah, you manage to sort of clothe yourself, and then I'd say maybe about half an hour later, everyone else arrives. You know, the place is sort of, they glance up, and they'll, as you kind of bundle her in, the person at the front desk will be like, is she okay? Do you need any help?
We're fine. If we could get some like ice water sent to our room, that would be great. She's not
Oh,
feeling so good.
Oh, okay, of course. Are you okay? You look burned and sooty.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. He doesn't know what to say. Just
Yeah,
go
cool.
upstairs.
Love it. Bro. You rush upstairs. You get Erin upstairs. And what are you doing when you get up there? About 5 minutes later, there's like a knock at the door, and sort of like a room service tray appears with like those fancy like champagne buckets, but just no champagne, just ice, and then they'll
Nice.
sort of put it in the bath for you. That's where you direct them to go.
Fancy. I think as soon as we're in the room, Harvey's like, "Where's the sword? I'm gonna find her cursed sword."
Yes.
And I don't just put it in her hands
Yes, nice.
and
okay.
hope that this helps.
Cool. So what's everyone else doing? Are you sort of in the room?
I think,
Yeah, I think-
you go.
You go.
No, you.
I think Toki's just sitting with Ada, like holding
Nice.
her hand.
Oh, cute.
Just be like, we're in the room now. Here's everything I can see.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like light, but your hand and the bed and the carpet, and then Raph and Wraith, yeah, what were you doing?
What were you doing, brother? Because I was changing.
Yeah, I was just helping you, trying to see if you
It's
needed
been
anything.
half an hour, so you will have
Okay.
changed, and then you hear these
Yeah,
guys come in.
I guess we will follow next door to their room.
Nice,
Yeah.
cool. So you sort of go around, open the door to their room. Toki, you're there, sort of hand clutching Ada. She's naming 3 things she can smell. As Harvey, you hand her the sword, her hand grasps it, and there is a blinding flash of golden white light. Could everyone please make me a wisdom save?
Oh, probably not. Oh, I got a nat 20.
Oh.
It's just not my night. It's just not my night.
No.
Dice curse continues.
Was your 22, Wrath? Your
Yeah.
legend. So you all experience this flash of blinding light. Wrath, Toki, and Harvey, well, all of you feel suddenly almost weightless, like you've just jumped off a cliff, and you feel something rushing, but you're aware that you're stationary, and now all that you also can see is this blinding light, and it's burning, forcing its way into all of you. All of you feel everything around you still. Like you feel Ada's hand, you feel the touch of the sword where you're handing it to her, you feel your hand as you open the door to go and see your friends. And then all of a sudden you feel this lurching. Wraith, you also feel all of this, but you also see visions in your mind. You see flashes of golden light. You see a field, a plain of just war and destruction. You see 2 armies charging at each other, mountains surrounding this valley, it looks like. And you see a woman with a sword and a crown and golden blinding light. And then that suddenly vanishes, and you see a tall white tower, tallest, well, probably for you not actually the tallest structure you've ever seen, having been from hell, but you see this tall, insanely huge white palace, bathed in this golden light, in a city you do not recognize, and then all of you suddenly lurch, and you look around and you feel odd. all of you part of you can still feel the room around you, but as you look at your friends, you're all dressed in what you were wearing earlier. You don't feel healed, but you look it. Your clothes aren't torn. Like Wraith, if you had changed, you're in what you changed into. Otherwise, people's clothes are mended. Ada is not there. And you look around, and you appear to be. It's like shapes appear out of this golden light that's so thick it's almost like fog. And as the space clears more and more, you see you're in kind of like a playground, like a children's playground. And there's children running around. You see a bunch of children arguing in the corner, and most of these children, you can kind of make out their faces, just generic kids. But one of them isn't a human or a person at all. It's just a blinding pillar of light. And you hear some children laughing and teasing, but you're slightly too far away to hear what they're saying. And as you look around, the rest of the space clears, and Wraith, you see that same gigantic white palace stretching out beyond you.
I think Wraith probably, once these visions hit, she would probably just hit her knees in the disorientated moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you will see Wraith just go down to her knees.
And I think she'd probably just fall back on what she's used to, which is just to stay quiet and as part of the background as possible, and just watch as these visions play out, and just neutral.
But to Master, you will see the same thing.
I think, can I try and approach the children?
Yeah, as you approach them, how are you kind of doing it? Just sort of walking up to them? Announcing
Yeah.
yourself?
I'm not gonna. I want to hear what they're saying,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna say anything. But I'm also not like hiding. I'm just
Yeah.
kind of
You're just
wandering up
walking
to them.
As you kind of walk up, there's maybe a group of like 5 of them, and they appear to be sort of like laughing, playing. And this argument, this fight they're having, seems to be one of them sort of being like, "You can't be the soldier. You're always the soldier. You can't be the soldier all the time. Why this isn't fair? And I want to be the soldier. Besides, you look too much like the princess. You be the princess. I'll be the soldier. I'll be the knight." And then one of them's like, "I want to be the knight." And they're like, "There can be more than one knight." And this golden pillar of light, the rest of the children turn to it as if it said something, but you can't hear anything. And they're like, "No, someone has to be the princess, and that needs to be you, because you've got the hair." And then you see this golden pillar of light moves quickly towards this kid that said this little boy. And he like lets out a cry and brings his hand to his face as if he's been struck on the nose. And then lets out a wail. And then some of the children go like, "You can't do that, you can't do that." And this, the pillar of light appears to say something, but you can't hear it at all. And then children appear to run away, back inside, kind of like a schoolhouse. Has anyone else done anything?
How many children were there?
5. As the children run to the schoolhouse, this pillar of light stands there. The scene kind of changes, and now you're all inside, almost as if you're all in the middle of a classroom. And the way it sort of changes is almost the light kind of rushes in on you like a tide almost, and then engulfs you. And as it clears, as this fog light clears, you see tables, and you see adults when adults sit at tables that are clearly meant for children. And it kind of, there's one man there, youngish, maybe sort of 25, 26. But he's very, very like sitting up very straight, rigid posture, short, like clipped hair. And then there's 2 women sitting at a different table, and then another person who appears to be a teacher, kind of talking to both of them. And the teacher, she kind of says, look, we've just had to call you in because there was a little bit of incident at lunch earlier. There was a bit of a fight. She punched, obviously, which wasn't, we just need to get this sorted out. And you see the man turns, and then you notice for the first time this pillar of light that's sitting on a chair in the corner of the room. He turns and says, you punched someone. Why'd you do that? And then she the pillar of light sort of moves as if shrugging without a shape. And he kind of waves it over, and it kind of skulks over. And he sort of puts his hand kind of where the head would be. And is like, you can't do that. Come on, and you need to apologise. Why did you do that then? And you see the pillar of light appears to say something, but you can't hear it. And this man says, they said you looked like who? And then the light comes rushing in again. Could everyone please roll another wisdom save for me as this rushes into you?
Oh, Tuck.
Yeah. Tucky's reached his limit.
Peace now. Oh my god!
Oof, oof.
Me and Ray.
Fourth of the night.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
shit.
Bam, bless you. Wrath, you are okay. All of you are swept along on this, but the other three, you start to feel just like incredibly overwhelmed by this. And you start to feel almost exhausted. And mechanically, again, nothing is going to happen, but you feel, and I think Toki, you feel this very strongly. You feel like almost like you've left a part of you behind, and it's something that you cannot place at all. But every time you take a breath, as this light comes swarming in, it like hits you that something's missing. You've forgotten something. Something's gone. Something that should be there, and you can't reach it. And then that fear makes you panic. Like you reach out to something so integral that has always been there, and you just can't touch it. Wraith and Harvey, you have a similar sort of experience, but Toki's is strongest. Just this panic that you feel of something being incredibly wrong, that something's been taken from you. But Toki, for you, it's like, it feels as if like part of you's been cut in half. You feel just adrift. And then that kind of fades as the scene changes again and this golden fog clears. And you see now you're in a kind of completely different landscape. Before you were in a city with this tower over you. Now you are almost in kind of a small town, and you appear to be standing on the edge of a lake, and there's a bunch of children. These ones older this time. Those ones were kind of almost toddlers, like young children, sort of very early years of school. A bit older than toddlers then. But these seem to be sort of 7, 8 years old maybe. Walking along the bank of the river, and you see there's 2 children, boy and a girl, and there's also this pillar of light. And one of the boy goes to pick something up from the shore, and as he does, he kind of stumbles and falls forwards. It kind of lands, and as he does, you see he's like scraped his hands on just the kind of rough stone that's on the banks of this lake, and kind of clearly tries to nearly cry, but isn't. He's being brave. And the little girl looks at him and says, I'll go get someone. And she kind of runs off, and you see her kind of run away. You see the pillar of light approach the boy, and he looks up and says, what are you doing? And then you see a part of the light leave her and engulf his hands. Very similar to Toki, what you've done a couple of times already tonight. And you see the boy's hands, bloodied where they were before, completely heal and are completely fine. He gasps and looks up at her. You're a little bit later. You see the same man, still hair, cut short, posture, looks a little bit older now, maybe approaching early 30s potentially, and he is once again in a meeting with another parent, and the pillar of light is standing. This time they appear to be sort of in someone's living room, and the pillar of light is sort of standing to one side, sort of behind a door, and he's talking to someone's father, and saying, look, I'm sure Jeremy's right. He probably did fall over and hurt himself, but I don't think she did anything. You know, I used to be a soldier. I taught her first aid, and I mean, you know, she has kind of minor magical abilities the way that some children do. I think all that happened was she maybe accidentally made some light while she was patching his hands up, and he's got it into his head that she did something that she absolutely cannot do. And he's like, come on, I mean, look around. Like, there's no way that she's able to do this. And you see the other dad kind of chuckles, and is like, they shrug, and the scene kind of changes. And now you see the pillar of light sitting at the top of stairs in a kind of small, narrow townhouse building, and you hear voices from downstairs. One that, Harvey, you heard very, very recently. And you hear this man saying, I just don't know what to do. She's getting stronger and I can't. She needs training. I've been moving her around tutor to tutor, but every time she learns something, they start asking questions. And then you hear this other voice say, do you know where she gets these powers from? I've spoken to her a little bit about them, and to be honest, I thought maybe they'd be sorceress, but they seem to be from something else. And the original guy's like, don't ask, I can't tell you, and look, it needs to be a secret. And the other guy says, look, I could probably guess where they come from. The other guy's like, don't say it, because I don't want to lie to you. And then the scene sort of changes again. This time, when you see that man with the posture, he's a fair bit older. It looks now as if maybe 10 years have passed, and he seems to be sort of waving this pillar of light off, takes a heavy breath and nods to himself like everything's going to be alright, closes the door. Later you see this pillar of light walking down a pathway, with some other sort of kind of mercenary looking people surrounding them, and they're walking along and they're joking, and now you kind of were observing these scenes before, but now you feel all of you, your feet on ground, as if you're walking along as well, and you look around and you appear to be sort of in like an autumn wood, a path going through it, and as you stop kind of looking around, the group move ahead of you, and you almost begin to lose touch of where you are if you don't hurry to keep up with them. Is that what you do, or do you do other things?
No, I'll be keeping up with them.
Yeah.
You walk through this wood with them, and they're joking. They appear to be sort of adventurers, kind of like you, more mercenary than sort of with magic and everything. But you see in particular, there's this one woman with a long dark braid down her back, who is standing next to the pillar of light, or walking with the pillar of light, almost seems to be arm in arm with the light, and really joking, every now and then nudging shoulders, laughing, teasing someone up front, and they seem to be kind of escorting just like a wagon of goods sort of thing. They have a donkey who's pulling the wagon, and Wraith, you'd probably notice with your passive perception, the donkey seems to kind of stop and its ears prick up. And no one else really seems to notice anything until an arrow shoots out of the tree and lodges in the heart of the woman with the braid, who was joking, and she falls down on the ground. Several more arrows fly, and the people that they were joking with fall down as well. A few scream, run for cover. The pillar of light collapses around, draping themselves over this woman. What are you doing?
Are we able to see where the arrows are coming from, like the people that they're coming from?
Roll a
Who's
perception check
attacking?
for me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What different? Perception. What is that? Non-nat 20.
Nice. You do. You kind of look around, and now you're looking for it. You see another arrow zip out and kind of lodge in the car, in the wagon. And the donkey kind of bolts, and as it does, unmanaged to unhitch itself and runs down the road. You follow where the arrow came from, and you see in the trees people in sort of like dark brown leather camouflaging themselves into the trees. You haven't really, luckily, encountered any of these on your own travels, but definitely bandits that appear to have been taking an opportunity to rob these people. And now you see more pour out of the trees. There seems to be sort of 5 on each side. There are maybe 4 people in this party, 2 are already down, plus the Pillar of Light. They seem to be extremely overwhelmed. As 5 from each side pour out down the banks from out of these trees, you see arrows continue to fly. The Pillar of Light is now like bending over this woman on the ground who appears to be sort of clutching onto life, and you see the woman on the ground kind of reaches up, touches the Pillar of Light, and you see the light begins to drift into her like it did for the boy, but then it stutters and falls, and the woman falls down dead. The light in front of you freezes and everything seems to go quiet. You almost expect the scene to kind of change, the light to come rushing back into you, but it doesn't. Instead, the Pillar of Light in front of you seems to explode outwards, and for the first time you hear a scream coming from this light of grief and despair and desperation, and you hear it begging, saying, please, promising anything at all, just help her. And all of you hear this thundering voice saying, make the pact. Could you all roll a wisdom save for me, please? All of you are kind of struck by this thunderous voice, but Wraith, you look around and it feels as if your ears are bleeding as this voice goes into your head, almost into your soul, and you have to stagger and reach out to grab your brother, however is near you, to almost keep yourself upright, because this voice, it's taken over everything. You almost forget who you are in the presence of this voice ringing out. And you see the Pillar of Light in front of you kind of sways as well, unable to move, and you hear begging again, and you hear the same words, make the pact. And you then kind of feel almost the emotions of the light, like it's almost like you're gritting your teeth, you're resisting, but grief and anguish come seeping in, and you feel almost like you're trying to fight off a virus or a poison or something, like you're trying to eject something from your system, but it's creeping in, and all of you now look down and you all see you have this same Pillar of Light that you see in front of you, creeping up your arms, up your fingers, up towards your elbow, towards your shoulder. You look down and it's creeping up your legs, and you see it gets to kind of the center of you, your chest, and you look around and all your friends have now also become pillars of light. And you stand there, you look at each other, you blink, and you all are ejected from whatever this was. All of you are thrown back in the hotel once again, in the rooms. Ada on the bed, clutching the sword. Wrath and Wraith, you're probably thrown out of the room, landing on the other side of the corridor, and you all slide down the walls. All of you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, as you are physically thrown back by the force of what you've seen. But as you look around, this light appears to have vanished.
Look, he's got 1 hit point.
Fuck, he's on a
God.
bad time.
Is Ada still here?
Ada is still there. You see
Okay.
now on the bed, and her crown appears to have disappeared. Her eyes appear normal, but her head is bowed and against the pommel of the sword as she sits on the edge of the bed, trembling.
I will get to my feet and go to her.
You just
Yeah.
hear the faint groan of hells from the corridor outside.
It's like, leave her alone.
Ada, are you okay?
She like shudders and looks up and kind of opens one eye, and she's like, "God, I think so. What happened?"
You were glowing, and we brought you here, and then there was loads of light. Did you not see any of that? And I kind of looked to the rest of my friends to be like, you all saw that, right?
Yeah.
Wraith and Wrath appear in the doorway. And then you threw us across the room.
Her head whips up. She's like, "I did what?" And Toki, now that you're back here and you're talking to her, that feeling of adrift, something was missing, is back, and now it's back. You realise it was your connection to the Saints, to Galen, and it's always been something that's been humming away in the background, and it was severed, but now it's back, and you're aware of it in a way you haven't been before.
Okay. I just sort of hold my rabbit pendant, like almost subconsciously, like just kind of, because I hold it a lot for comfort
Yeah.
anyway. Just kind of grab it. Yeah, I think we maybe saw some stuff from your life.
She'll look up. She was looking at the twins, stricken. She looks at you. She's like, "What did you see?"
You punched a child because they wouldn't let you be the soldier, which I get.
You know, you can be a soldier and a princess, Wraith will say as she sits back on one of the beds with her back against the wall.
You healed a boy? That sound familiar?
Were we in Dinghorst? Was there a lake?
Yeah, he tripped and fell.
I think I remember that. I don't remember the first thing.
Well, it was deserved.
You saw it all? My whole life?
And the
Oh,
woman
yeah.
who died
Who?
with the
Oh.
braid.
Oh. Right. And she'll like look down again.
Then you made a deal.
She'll look up at that and she's like, "No, I didn't.
You sure about that?
I am."
Inside check.
Go for it.
What dice hasn't betrayed me tonight? Okay.
I believe her. She's
Yeah,
like
I
mad
believe
in a
her.
way where I'm like, I'm not even gonna ask questions.
Yeah, I'm like,
No, Steph, no. No, no!
Oh.
I've been
Don't
through
tell me.
every single dice
Oh,
today.
Mate.
That's crazy, man.
I'm gonna need to like cleanse.
This is
Something needs
like-
to happen.
This
Bad
is the
Sage on
juju.
those dice.
Something
You had a
is gone.
session with only nat
terribly
20s, and this is the balance.
I believe her, I guess.
Yeah, you. I mean,
It's hard to read.
yeah, the force of her is very strong. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Has she told us who her god situation is? Like, do we know which god it is?
Yes. Supposedly. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
I've probably got it
But
down
yes,
somewhere.
She has. She told us on the boat when she was explaining the sword. Drogethon.
Bless you, Steph. I would not remember this.
Where's my sword drawing?
God, we do a lot of
No.
stuff.
Mhm.
No, it's book 2.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
going into the archives. Let's go. books do you want?
The second one currently. I'm on page, I don't know at the moment. We were talking to Ada. No, it was before Drift. Here we go. Helm. Paladin of Helm. Yeah, I'm on page 48 of book 2.
Thank you,
Wow.
Steph.
Oh.
Harvey will ask. You don't have to say anything that you don't want to say, but the thing that wants the pact. What is it? Who is it?
It's he's and she'll like gesture with the sword. Helm the god. He's always wanted me, and I can't give in.
But I thought you were his paladin already.
He claims some of me, but not all of me, and I think sometimes when certain things happen, I suppose it triggers. I can't help it. I can't always keep it in. I think it needs somewhere to go. I'm sorry, you got caught in the crossfire.
It's not your fault. I spoke to Benny. He says he's going to keep an eye on you. He'll send help if you need it.
You spoke to him.
Yeah, I used one of your funky little ball things.
That's great, thank you. He trained me back home. My dad, he kind of helped raise me a little bit after the rift and taught me how to control what I have. And then I think it was the third time everything went to shit. He saved my life. It's hard to run from a god.
Yeah.
When was the bandit attack the first time?
No, that was the third time.
And Benny saved you.
Afterwards, yeah. I don't know what you saw, but it was hard to not let him in. But I eventually got home and essentially didn't wake up for 6 months. They kept me inside a rift. We stayed in a rift town in one of the other planes for a little bit. Me, him and my dad, so that he wouldn't be able to find me until I was strong enough to resist, and I've been moving around ever since.
So all of this moving around, it's to stay away from Helm?
A little bit, but lately some old, I don't know, friends of someone have been looking at me as well.
We might have seen them.
Really? When? Where?
In Guadarisma? Was it? In Guadarisma.
That was ages ago.
Before we met you, they asked us to keep an eye out.
And when you met me, did you tell them?
No, of course
We
not.
preferred your vibe, so we
Yeah.
thought we would go with you.
Yeah,
For a while, but they weren't offering any gold, so
it was only a close call for Wraith. I think if you are hunting lone women, then you're probably the bad guys.
Yeah. They're the bad guys in my book.
Joan and Kenza.
That's them. Though she'll look at you, Ray. She's like, "You probably did miss a trick there. I think they'd King's ransom to get me back. I think."
Well, I told you all. Right, it's not too late. Surround her, get her to glow again. Let's get going. Rafe will shift on the bed. Just go, owl.
She'll look over. She's like, "Are you okay?"
Just peachy, and she'll like pull Rath's shirt aside to like look at her burnt shoulder. and properly inspect it properly for the first time. She's not washed up or anything, so she's still soot covered and
Yeah.
smoky.
This
It's
bed
just-
is ruined.
She's just not wearing
We are
pattern
not getting
anymore.
our security deposit back.
Nope.
She'll reach over to you and says, "I think I've got it a little bit more under control." And that golden light will spill out from her hand, and you feel like warmth, but not warmth of the fire, not painful flames, but a gentle heat, like you've come in from a long day and have sat down by somewhere warm, and you feel it wash over you, and you look down and you see your skin reforming, covering the scar. There's still a faint red mark, but nowhere near the kind of disfigured skin that it was earlier.
I would say that Wraith probably naturally twitches, but not on full-on flinch away.
Yeah. And she'll kind of withdraw her hand and sort of nod at you. That should help.
Appreciated.
I guess you shouldn't stay away from the sword then.
Can I ask what this sword is?
Oh, it's
Bound to be.
possessed.
Yeah. Well,
Great.
not possessed. It's like it possesses me. It's when I woke up finally, afterwards, it was just there next to me, and I kept trying to get rid of it, but the further away I was from it, the worse I felt. So I just started carrying it around, and I think it's him. It's his power connected to me.
Do you know if there's anything you can do? Do you have any leads on how to try and sever it?
It's not something I think I can sever. I either give in or I guess I die of old age. It's just running them enough to find a life worth living.
What would be so bad about giving in?
Don't think I'd be me anymore. I think I've heard it happened to someone else, and they weren't the same afterwards. And it would put me in danger, I suppose. Maybe Benny. I suppose my dad's not around anymore, but he always told me to keep it hidden. Everything would be wrong.
What happened to the? Oh, sorry.
You
about
go.
that. Like, what? Do you know what happened to the person who gave in?
No.
So you think you'd just lose your sense of self?
I think I'd be changed, and I'd be like what he is, law and order.
It's not
Forgive-
a normal. Oh, sorry. You go. I refuse stuff. You go.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but Helm is a god of Valenus.
Associated with the
Royal family
the kingdom there.
of our
The
guardian
kingdom
of
of
Aras.
Arius, yeah.
Arius.
He's like the patron saint.
Yeah.
Huh.
Lord of life, light, and watchfulness.
That's him.
Surely he's not viewed with some sort of positivity?
Well, people love him. Yeah. The savior,
So
the
no one
watcher,
knows.
keeps everyone safe.
No one knows that he's actually a dick.
Yeah. I think
Great.
all gods are a little bit. Gives someone a bit of divine power. I think it twists a little bit.
Tell me
I
about
don't
it.
know. I don't know if he's a dick or just being whatever he is. don't know that he can be a dick. It's just his nature. It's, you know.
You could be a dick
Benny-
even if it's your nature.
Well, yeah, but Benny used to tell me he had something similar. You can't fight a storm because it's gonna batter you either way. It's not the storm's fault. It just is what it is. All you can do is try and shelter from it. If you can control it, but it's always going to be a storm, and it's always going to be destructive. Helm's like that, but worse.
I admit I'm at a bit of a loss at this point.
Hmm.
That's yeah.
It's hard when you can't, as you say, you can't run from a god. It's kind of rude of him to stick around in a place where we don't even care about the gods, but
Yeah. I guess they're everywhere. It's easier on other planes. I've sort of been jumping around since I left the jumpers, but yeah.
were you hoping to find anything here? I know you said that you don't think that you can break it, but
No,
one might
just
know
moving.
something.
Just running, and I have been for, I don't know, since I was 17. It's just what it is. I can't kill him. I can't kill a god. I don't think I'd want to. I don't know what that would do. I can't give in because what was it all for? So just need to live a life of just moving around. I'll stay close to the sword. I'll not get too close and keep jumping.
What do you think would happen if you were to leave the sword in a different plane?
Don't know, to be honest. Depends where I was. If I left it here and went somewhere else, I don't know if he'd be able to touch me. I think it would find its way back to me.
Pity.
Yeah.
Have you tried-
Objects are hard to get rid of.
Have you tried destroying it?
Every time I've come close to it, something's stopped me. It's like I can't bring myself to do it.
Magical items tend to be quite difficult to destroy, if I'm remembering that rightly, brother.
That as well.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem like much of a life.
It's that or nothing. Just gotta keep running. Can't settle. Because they'll catch up.
Know that feeling.
Well, as someone who's been doing it for ever, if there is anything you can do to not, I'd recommend it.
Yes, well, following that, if you are in need of a place to run to, you've been to hell through the second.
Yeah.
If you are in need of respite, I have an inn with the Duke of the Iron Duke there. So
You mean
so
do
check
that?
me if you want.
Wow. Maybe, yeah. Really?
Tell him Brysera sent you.
Okay. I mean, the second's packed. The notes, right? Maybe they'll know something.
If you wanted to talk about pacts and deals, Dispater would be the one to speak to.
Maybe that's where I'll head next. In a roundabout way. I do think I should head on though. I'm worried what just happened with something of a beacon. And I don't think you should stay here much longer either. I know you were going to head on too, but I think Joe and Kenzo are probably on their way.
Is there any rifts nearby that we can help you get to? Make sure you get there safely.
There's a few nearby, but I think I'll be able to find them.
I'm trying to think.
There is a relic I'm trying to find, which would prevent you from being found. Though I am interested in it myself. But I think there's two, if I'm not mistaken, Lauren.
There are 2 relics of Sutton
Yeah.
Yorick. You know
Different.
they do different things. Yes.
It might sound like you need it more than I do, though.
A relic like her, and she'll sort of touch the sword like this, or
An amulet. But I don't know whether a saint's power outpowers a god.
I mean, I've always thought there was nothing I could do. I'm happy to be proven wrong. Oh, 2 secs. God. Hello.
Oh!
Oh,
Yes, I am. I'll be a couple of minutes. What's up?
they didn't barely stop their head
Okay.
No.
What was going on?
in. We were trying to wave, but they didn't really
Oh,
appear.
sorry.
Mike, Wendy.
It was the man. Yes, she was like, I'd be happy to prove it wrong. Bit of chance that led me across you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot, right?
Yeah. Shouldn't just take it lying down. Can't fight a god, but maybe I can hide for a while. Or tagging myself to something else instead. I should look at you, Ray.
I mean, there's always options. One should never just settle with being trapped in the situation they're dealt.
No, true. I wonder what he would do. My dad. But I don't know.
Well, if you want to make a deal with the devil, you're going to the right place.
No worse than a deal with a deity. When you're forced into, at least I choose these terms.
I can entirely sympathize. Empathize. Whichever one. Do you think you'll be heading out in the morning or sooner? In that case, wait here a moment. Wraith will leave the room.
She said this thing.
Wraith will be gone for like 5-10 minutes.
So everyone else do it.
Okay.
Ada's
Uh,
like,
I guess we're waiting.
I guess helping Ada pack up her stuff.
Oh,
and being
yeah.
like,
Yeah, I was gonna say like gradually taking all of our clothes off Ada probably because
yeah.
we're
Yeah, she
just
just
wrapped
borrowed.
up.
pulling our
she's like,
rag.
this is yours. Oh,
But Harvey will say, "You can keep my shirt because you might need it. You never know when you have to
No,
dress up nice." No, it's okay. You keep it.
but it's alone. I'll give it back.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll see each other again.
Yeah. Thank you. And yeah, she'll start gathering her things. Toiletries from the bathroom. She would just leave on the floor, so it's all sort of in one corner. But she makes sure she has the little pig. She stuffs that into her bag.
Wraith will come
Mm.
back after 5-10 minutes, probably close to 10. And she's holding 2 pieces of parchment. One is just folded, and one is a sort of, it's bundled and folded quite intricately with a seal
Okay.
on it. And she's pressed the Presto disc ring into it to make a sort of
Nice.
seal. This is for Dispater, if you do not mind. And this one should get you to him, and she'll hand the folded piece over. And it's basically Wraith's best understanding of not a royal decree, but the equivalent of being like, this is permission to get through hell. Not that anyone knows that Wraith can give permission, but in the most official terms, and at some point, not right now, another time, Wraith is going to write into her book to Dispater basically a copy of this sheet and be like, your guards need to look out for this. Let this person through.
Amazing. Amazing. Excellent, excellent. Brilliant. She kind of will look at it and be like, yeah, of course. Thank you. And you said this one was to give to him?
If you don't mind.
Of course not. She'll package it away safely. Within her little bag. Okay, thanks for letting me travel with you guys. I'm sorry I've dragged you into this a bit, but
It's alright, Docky was in over his head anyway.
Yeah, massively.
Mm-hmm.
you guys will sort everything out. Good luck with that package, and yeah, keep safe on the roads. And she'll like sigh and pick up the sword that's sort of leaning against the bed, and she's got a sheath on her back, so she'll sheath it behind her. I appreciate it. I really, really do.
Which direction is the rift you're heading in?
It's just north of here.
Excellent. If we run into Kenza and the others, we will accept their reward and say that you went south.
Sounds good to me. Tell my aunt and uncle I say hi, I suppose. And see you.
To be chased by family.
And she'll sort of do a little salute and head out the door, leaving it swinging closed behind her. She'll head out.
Right.
Already sad she's gone.
Yeah.
Harvey's like already sad.
Aww. Harvey's like, she forgot her phone charger.
Wraith will drop her head onto Rath's shoulder. And just be like, you reek of smoke.
Fine, I'll leave. If I'm that terrible, I'll go.
It's like, I get it.
Don't be so sensitive, but she'll pull her back and put her head back on his shoulder.
Oh, I'll curb it. Being a bit careful of her. You.
Thank you. She's being a bit delicate.
What's this in you spoke of?
What in?
April's like, did I she talked about?
I think you misunderstood when Wraith said she had an inn.
Yeah,
as in
I
she-
didn't think like
Not an actual inn.
Not an actual inn.
Like a foot in the door.
Very confused, April. This time, don't worry. Rewind! I didn't
Race
say that.
opened a tavern.
No, it's Wrath 100% saying that.
Yeah.
Inn you're speaking of.
That's
Dispater, darling. Yeah. Oh, I have bigger plans than an inn. Well, I also reek of smoke. I'm going to wash up and go to bed.
Yeah, I feel awful.
Yes, you look awful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But I was really hiding it well.
You're like dazed and soot everywhere, and I think you've charred your cheek fur, and I
Yeah,
would
we do.
have sleep it off, Blitzen.
Yep.
So as you all wash up, start getting ready for bed, collapse into sleep, you hear the sounds of bells chiming midnight outside. As it's officially Toppy's birthday, we'll leave it.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
wait, can I, as I'm going to sleep, can I say a prayer to Galen really quickly? It's
Please do.
really, really short.
As the bells chime out.
As the
Wrap the
bells,
session
as
up,
it
Chloe.
becomes my birthday,
Hubby can hear in the
He-
background.
he says it internally. He lies down in bed and just says, "If you wanted me to make a pact with you, I would." Goes to sleep.
No.
Oh.
God damn.
Oh my god.
Amazing. And with that, as Toki's eyes drift shut, we'll end this session and pick up there next week.
Next week
Ah,
is so far
I
away.
know.
I know. I would have played that.
It's so good.
So much has
Alright.
happened.
So good. Can you imagine if we hadn't been like, come with us?
Come with us.
She wasn't
What
meant
would
to
have
come with you. She
happened?
wasn't meant to.
What would have happened? Would have just been like, bye.
Yeah, it
Have
was just gonna
fun.
be I know all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, but it's just a fun little Easter egg for me. They're not gonna find it out.
I've had a great time.
Oh.
Yeah.
I miss her, and I will be counting down the days until we see her again.
Damn, she's gonna go to hell. That's fun. I love that. I
I love
A little
that.
present.
About that.
We knew her for 2 days, and we were like, take our clothes.
We were like, "This is our bestie."
A flat in the second circle of hell.
Yeah.
Here's a wrist of passage.
A bunch of like early 20-year-olds being like, yeah, that 32-year-old, that's my best friend.
That's my best friend. Hubby's 19. He's like, this lady right here.
Wait, I thought Hubby was 20. Is he 19?
Harvey's 20 in a couple of months. He's not 20. I thought he was 20, but he hasn't
was
turned
20.
20 yet. He's 19 at the moment.
Is Harvey
Fucking hell.
Harvey's younger than the Rifts.
That's a child.
Yeah.
You've just got
Yeah,
a
'cause
child.
I-
River.
Let me double check. What year
I
are we
thought
in?
you were 21.
I was
21.
born in year
Yeah.
1, and we're in 21. So he
Yeah.
turns 20 this year.
Oh.
Oh God, Wrath.
No, that has changed as well.
Right.
This is too much.
That's a whole baby.
I
Yeah.
thought you were an
He's
adult.
almost 20. He is an adult.
You're a child. I don't
That's
want to.
a full child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Baby boy.
How old are we?
You're not that
22?
much older.
Yeah, that's
3
what I thought.
years.
We're-
You're a
3
child,
years
mate. You're a
older.
child. And Toki's the.
He's
old-
turning 24 today.
Hell yeah.
Harvey's 5 years younger than Toby.
Yeah, that's
Like, in
crazy.
his fucking
Hubby's
life.
the same age as my
4
brother.
and a bit
Yeah.
years younger.
Yeah.
He's
Harvey's
20 in a
in-
couple of
Harvey's
months.
A fresher, and Toki's doing his PhD.
Oh,
Stop.
Wrath. We just graduated uni a year ago.
Let's
and
go.
You're dating a fresher.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
You
You
two,
were.
you two are doing your
There
masters.
didn't even need to be
Mm-mm.
anything about Galen for why Toki
No.
wouldn't date Harvey. It's just
Yeah.
that he's a child.
Too young.
Child.
My poor boy.
Find someone your own age. It's fine.
Yeah, get an
Find
age-appropriate
someone your own
boyfriend.
age.
Yeah, Toki's got a brother
Stop
called
going for older
Melahan.
men.
To be fair, I do have a brother who's the same age as you. I think you're too good for him.
Aww. Poor Melahan.
Toki has a low opinion of all his brothers.
Literally.
Yeah. Oh man.
I have quotes.
Mhm. Oh
Here's
yeah.
the title that people want. So I have many. I'm just going to read through them. They're pretty much all Lauren's. So there's the window is open. She's glowing again. You can't be a soldier all the time, but I think we've had a title close to that. Maybe.
Not sure.
What did I actually write? It needs to be a secret. Don't say it because I don't want to lie to you. One or the other. Make a pact. No worse than a deal with a deity. or walking with the pillar of light.
Very,
Mhm.
several
They're
good
all very
ones.
intense.
Yeah.
Wasn't like we had like godly versions this session or anything.
No, nothing
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, might work.
My favourites are walking with the pillar of light
Mm.
or no worse than a deal with a deity.
Yeah, I like to know worse than a deal with the deity.
Mm.
And she's glowing again.
Oh yeah, I like she's glowing again.
She's going again, my
It
favourite.
really summed it up.
Happening.
Who's going again?
She's
She's
going
glowing
again.
again.
Yeah, let's go.